वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय स्वामिनित्य नामने नमाचार्य पादनिताय कृपापदायने गौरकथाधामदाय नगरमथर्णे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनित्य नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचने विशेष शून्यादि पश्यते स्थाने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna everyone. So we'll continue reading teachings of Lord Chaitanya book. Okay. The Lord then related to Sanatan Goswami that before teaching him, he had already taught his younger brother Rupa Goswami at Prayag, Allahabad. He assured Sanatan Goswami that Rupa Goswami had been empowered by him to spread the knowledge which he had given him. Similarly, he ordered Sanatan Goswami to write books on the transcendental loving service of the Lord and authorized him to re-excavate the different sites of Krishna's pastimes in the district of Mathura. He was also advised to construct temples at Vrindavan and to write books on the principles of Vaishnavism as authorized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatan Goswami executed all his desires. He constructed the temple of Madan Mohan at Vrindavan and he wrote books on the principles of devotional service such as Hari Bhakti Vilas. Lord Chaitanya taught Sanatan Goswami how to live in the material world in complete relationship with Krishna, and he taught him also that there is necessity of dry renunciation. The purport is that in the present day there are many persons who accept the renounced order of life without any spiritual advancement. Lord Chaitanya did not approve of such acceptance of sannyasi without perfect knowledge in Krishna consciousness. Actually, we find that there is many so-called sannyasis that are acting like less than ordinary men, yet are passing themselves off as the renounced order of life. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not accept such hypocrisy and he taught Sanatan Goswami to write elaborately on the subject matter in his different books. Yes, this perfectional stage of spiritual life, even while being in the material world, is described in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita as follows. Such a devotee who is not envious of any living entity, who is friendly, who is merciful, who is detached from material position, who is situated in pure identification without any false conception of the body, who is equipoised both in happiness and distress, who is forgiving, always satisfied, and always engaged in devotional service, always being surrendered with body and mind unto the Supreme Lord, is very dear to me. Such a devotee who never gives trouble to any living entity, either by the body or by the mind, who is never affected by material distress and happiness, is never angry or pleased with anything material, who is freed from all kinds of material affection, is very dear to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee is never dependent on anyone in this world. He who is a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord, who is purified, expert, neutral, painless, and aloof from any material endeavor which requires too much attention, such a devotee is also very dear to Lord Krishna. A person who is never subjected to material happiness, material hatred, lamentation, and ambition, and who is aloof from all auspicious and inauspicious activities of the material world and fully devoted in Krishna consciousness, is very dear to Lord Krishna. A devotee who treats equally a so called enemy and a so called friend in the material world and who is not disturbed by any warmth or coolness due to the affection of his skin, and who is without any attachment, and equally situated when he is respected or when insulted, always grave, satisfied in any condition of life, without any fixed house, for instance, and always fixed in Krishna consciousness is very dear to Lord Krishna. Even if one is not situated in some transcendental position, still, if and when one approves of such transcendental life, he also becomes very dear to Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, second chapter, there is a very nice verse in which it is said that a devotee should always remain dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. As far as his material necessities are concerned, he should be satisfied with whatever is obtained without any endeavor. Sukadev Goswami advised in that connection that a devotee should never approach a materialistic person for any kind of help. So far as his bodily necessities are concerned, he may pick up a torn cloth thrown in the street. He can take fruits offered by the tree. He can drink water which is flowing in the river, and he can live in the cave constructed by nature herself in the hill and mountain regions. Above all, if he is unable to do all these things, he should completely depend on the Supreme Lord, understanding that Supreme Lord provides everyone with food and shelter, and therefore he will never fail to care for his devotees who have fully surrendered unto him. In both ways, the devotee is always protected, and therefore he should not be at all anxious for his maintenance of life. Sanatan Goswami thus inquired into all phases of devotional service, and Lord Chaitanya taught him most confidentially from authoritative scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam in the matter of devotional service and Krishna consciousness. He then referred to the Vedic literature known as Harivamsa about the situation of the transcendental abode of Krishna. Indra disclosed this information when he offered his prayer after his defeat in challenging the potency of Krishna. In the Harivamsa, it is stated that above the earth there is sky where the birds can fly, and those who are expert in operating airplanes can fly. But the birds and those flying airplanes are unable to reach the higher planetary systems. The first higher planetary system begins from the Sun planet. The Sun planet is situated in the middle of the universe, and above the Sun planet, there are other planetary systems where persons elevated by great austerities and penances are situated. The whole material universe is called Devi Dham, and above the Devi Dham, there is Shiva, Shiva Dham, where Lord Shiva, with his wife Parvati, eternally resides. In that planetary system is the spiritual sky, where innumerable spiritual planets known as Vaikunthas are situated. Above them, there is Krishna's planet known as Golaka. Golaka means the planet of the cows. Krishna is very fond of cows, and therefore his abode is known as Golak. Golak is bigger than all the material and spiritual planets put together. I'll stop here and I'll summarize. So, what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching to Sanatan Goswami about how a devotee should be. A devotee should not depend on, like, should not go to any material person for any things. Devotee should fully surrender to Krishna and should fully depend on Krishna for any of the required stuff. Like where it is described, they should not like in the distress or happiness, they should be equipoised. They should not no one should be there, like they should not be very friendly or an enemy to anyone. No one is their enemy, and then equal in all the situations. They should not like they should how they should live, like it is mentioned. They should wear like torn cloth thrown on the street. then drink water from the flowing river, and eat foods offered by the trees, and live in the like caves, which is natural, which is provided by the nature in the hills. Yeah, like devotee life should be very simple. Like we can understand that a devotee life should be very simple, not like, okay, if by Krishna's mercy, if something is given, that's okay, but we should not put lots of endeavor to achieve something. It is mentioned here, we should not put much endeavor to achieve any material stuff. We should be always detached from the material things and material desires. And then towards the end, it was mentioned about like how the different planetary systems. Uh, yeah, I forgot the. It was a Haribamsar. What is that? Yeah, it was.
Bhagavatam, right?
Yeah, so the planetary system, about like how Devi Dham and whole material universe is known as Devi Dham, then above it is Shiva Dham, then above are like lots of this one Vaikuntha, and then and the topmost is Golak Vrindavan. Golak means it's mentioned the planet of cows. Cows are very cows are very dear to Krishna. So Golok Vrindavan is Where Krishna resides. That is the topmost planetary system. So like birds above earth, there is sky, and in sky birds can fly and airplanes can fly, but they cannot go beyond that to other planetary systems. We have to, depending upon our activities, maybe like it depends which planetary systems we can go. We cannot go by our material endeavor to higher planetary systems. Yeah, so the summary is like a devotee should completely dependent upon Krishna for all his requirements. He should not put much endeavor to achieve something, or dependent on a material people or any material stuff for their requirements should be fully surrendered to Krishna. And the Lord mentioned that he already gave all the informations to his younger brother Rupa Goswami at Prayag Allahabad, and Lord also instructed Sanatan Goswami to build temple and to write books about Krishna consciousness.